In this video, we're going to review how to find the area of different polygons. So this is just area. And remember, when we talk about area, we always multiply, and then we might do something else as well. But it will involve multiply. Area is multiply, it is the inside. So let's start with a rectangle. Rectangle has 4 sides. And let's say that this side is 3 inches and this side is 5 inches. So the area is base times height, or sometimes we write a shortcut, base times height. So the area would be 5 is my base, 3 is my height because it's vertical, which is 15 inches squared. Okay, our next shape is a square. Okay, a square has all 4 sides the same. So if I say this is 6 centimeters and this is a square, that means if this one is 6, this one is 6 as well, and all of them are 6. The area is the same. We take the base times the height, or like I like to write it as B times H. And so my area is 6 times 6, or 36 centimeters squared. Okay, our next shape that we're going to talk about is the parallelogram. So one you have to be a little bit more careful with. So a parallelogram is like a rectangle, but it's slanted. So it looks like this. And remember, a parallelogram has its height as a vertical. So the height is this line that I just drew. That's the height. So if I say that this is 5 centimeters and this is 7 centimeters, and let's say that the height is 4 centimeters. So when I find the area, I do the same formula, the base times the height. And the base and the height are perpendicular to each other. So the base sits on the ground and the height is vertical. So for this problem, we would take 7 times 4, which is 28 centimeters squared. That's the area. Now, our 2 new shapes that we learned this week are the area of a triangle. So let's talk about a triangle. Okay, a triangle can look lots of different ways. When you do a triangle, remember you could have a right triangle. So like if I had this one and I said this was 6 centimeters, 8 centimeters, and 10 centimeters, the area of the triangle is still base times height, but then I have to divide it by 2. So the formula is A equals base times height divided by 2. And you need to be careful. The base and the height are perpendicular. So the base and the height are not at an angle. So my base is 8, my height is 6, and then I divide by 2. So 8 times 6 is 48, divided by 2 is 24 centimeters squared. Okay, let's try another triangle, just because it's newer. So what if I have a triangle like this? It's a very wide triangle. And they say like this is 10, and this is 11, and this is 19, and this one is, let's say it's 8. Let's say we're in inches. So now you have lots of choices. You need to remember that your area is the base times the height divided by 2. And the base and the height are perpendicular. So the base is 19. The height is 8. So 19 is the base. The height is always perpendicular or straight, so that's 8 divided by 2. And then we'll have to get out our calculator because I don't know that. So 19 times 8 is 152. And I divide that by 2. So I get 76. 76 squared inches. That's my area. Okay, our last shape that we've learned so far is a trapezoid. And remember, trapezoids have two bases. Their formula is a lot different. So a trapezoid looks like this. This is one way. So we could say like this is 5 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, and 9 inches. And then we need a height. Let's say that the height is, we'll say 3 inches. So the area, I don't know what happened there. The area of a trapezoid is you take the height times the base 1 plus the base 2, and those have to happen first because they're in the parentheses, and then you divide that by 2. So the formula that I use in geometry is h times b1 plus b2, all divided by 2. Now remember, the bases are parallel. They're the ones that are horizontal, not the diagonal. They're horizontal. So for this particular problem, I would have area equals my height is 3 times the quantity. My base 1 is 9. My base 2 is 4. And then I divide by 2. And when I follow order of operations, I add first. So 3, 9 plus 4 is 13 divided by 2. And so then I get area equals 39 divided by 2, which is 19.5. And I think we were inches squared. So that's a trapezoid. Let's try one more trapezoid. Sometimes they have funny ones that look like, we'll try one that looks different. So this is also a trapezoid, but it just looks different. And they might put a little right angle here to let you know that this is perpendicular. And I will say this is like 10 centimeters, 6 centimeters, 5 centimeters, and 8 centimeters. So the area is equal to the height times the quantity of B1 plus B2 divided by 2. So the area, my height, this time is 5. So my height is 5 because it's perpendicular. It's a vertical line. So 5 times, my bases are the parallel ones, 6 plus 8 divided by 2. Then I do my math, 5 times 14 divided by 2. So 5 times 14 is, let's see, 14 times 5 is 0, carry the 2 is 70, divided by 2 is 35 square centimeters. Okay, that's the video to help you remember how to find area. Now you need to go back into Canvas and do the assignment, and when you're done with the assignment, work on your project. Have a good day and be good.